In previous releases of SolidWorks, there were two different weld commands. One worked with assemblies and one for multi-body parts. Both of these commands had various limitations. They'd also create some quite complex solid geometry which could impact on performance. So let's take a look at the new Weld command in 2011. All we have to do is select a face from each of the two things that we want to weld together, and then depending on the circumstances we can choose from different options. Here we're going to use the all-round. This would have been a problem in 2010 because of the gaps between the two bodies. Also, just point out that the geometry that's created here is a very lightweight graphic, so it has no real impact on performance. Let's look at some other circumstances. This first one would have been a problem because there's a gap between the two bodies. But now in 2011 it's no problem at all. Again, another issue because of the weld prep that's been applied here. In this case, because it's a groove weld, we just want to adjust the weld symbol. And again, we'll choose the all-round option. There's some different options when working with plate. Again, just select the two faces. This time, rather than doing an all-round, we're going to choose the both sides. We may not also want constant welds, we might want to use a staggered or intermittent weld. Two different ways of specifying it, using a gap and a weld, or the pitch and weld length. So we'll use a 20mm weld with 10mm gaps, and we'll choose to have them staggered. Similarly, along the bottom, pick the two faces, use both sides, but this time we don't want it to run, we want a continuous weld, but we don't want it to run the entire length of the edge. So we use the from to option, and then we can either use the arrows to just drag the length, or we can enter exact values over here.